Hey, it's JANG here with a look at the DC Superheroes Joker model from Lego. This is from the series that was originally going to be called the ultrabuild series, or that might be the code name for it. You actually put these together yourself. This is not based on the normal Lego system where you get minifigures. This is a big figure, and it comes in a boxed package. This is a 57-piece set, and the way that these go together is based on the system that was first used for the Lego Hero Factory series, the replacement for Bionicle. Came out in the second series of Hero Factory, and most of the parts are interchangeable with the current line of Hero Factory parts. So let me go ahead and open up this box and give you a look at the parts. Alright, so what I'm going to do to begin with is separate this pile of parts out into some groups, so you can take a look at what type of things are included in here. And the main piles are going to be armor and bones. That's how Lego designers refer to the parts. So you put armor over here and bone pieces down here, because it's kind of like you're building an actual being, an actual person here. You're going to build a skeleton, and then you're going to put things on the outside of it. So here are all the bone parts, and then here's the main torso. This is kind of the center part of the entire skeleton. And for folks who are familiar with Hero Factory sets, this is the narrow version of this. They also make a wider version of this same part. And then these sorts of parts here can be used to make arms and legs and other things that attach like that. You can see they're ball and socket joints, and they're all going to be able to fit together. It's actually a cool thing about this system is that you can fit them together in different ways. So once you've put it together the way it's supposed to be done, or even before then, you can always just change it up and do things differently. These are the feet of the Joker here, and those are also going to use the same sort of ball and socket system like that. It's just going to go together, and you'll see that in a minute. Here are his two hands, also going to fit together in the same way. So he's got his thumb down there, nice 5-fingered hand. Here's his head, very cartoony. These look kind of sharp and unsafe, but this is a silicone rubber, and it's very, very soft. I mean, you don't want to poke your eye with it, and kids can get in trouble with that, but it's not too bad. At least it's soft at the tips. All the green that you see is soft, and then the main face itself is a hard plastic. This is the main body piece, or the main torso that's going to go on, or the main torso cover that's going to go over the torso skeleton piece like that. Again, I'm not going to put it together just yet. And then we've got all these armor pieces. And these are, well, we called them armor in the Hero Factory world. In this case, it's just kind of like flesh or clothing pieces that just get added on to add more bulk on top of the skeleton. Now again, for folks who are familiar with the Hero Factory parts, these here will be familiar looking. They have a system of saying how long they are relative to each other. These are considered length 5. It's got a marking of 5 on there. You got 4 of those in a gunmetal gray color. And then this is a cool new color for this system. It's purple. You have 2 of these wider armor pieces. You've got 2 of these 6 long ones here, and then 2 in the 3 length, the little short ones. Got these 2 kind of tail pieces that can be used literally as tails on other sorts of non-human creatures. And we first saw these, I think, in the Ben 10 sets. This is an interesting kind of translucent, transparent, bright reddish orange piece. This is also interesting here in the translucent neon greenish yellow, with 3 axle connection points there and 2 large pin holes for Technic style pin attachments. I've got some small parts out here. Again, you can just pause the video if you want to look at the individual parts. The only one that I'm going to really highlight is this little double flag piece that can be used for many different things depending upon where your imagination takes you. And that's it for the overview of the parts. Now I'm going to go ahead and build this together so you can see how the whole system works. And there you have it. There's the Joker all fully built. And what a colorful character he is. This is definitely the comic version, not a realistic version. It's always with the huge smile and always laughing as he causes mayhem everywhere that he goes, causing trouble for citizens and heroes alike. The weapon that he has in this case is a very multi-function sort of weapon. It's supposed to be able to shoot out smoke bombs and poisonous venom and laughing gas. It also has a stun, sort of electrical stun sort of feature to it. A lot of things, it's kind of left up to your imagination what a kid actually playing with it wants it to do, which is good. It's always good to add to the imagination and help it to go in new places. Always a very healthy thing. It doesn't actually do anything is the only downside to that. It doesn't have any weapon that actually shoots anything, but that's okay. It's a little bit safer that way. This character is very, very posable, about as posable as any that you would get, that you don't get the chance to actually build yourself. And if anything, you might even be able to do more with it, more dynamic sorts of poses. And interestingly, it's strong enough, the joints are strong enough, like I said, there's friction in them, that you can actually stand, like here we go, he's standing on one foot like that, no problem at all. I didn't really have to balance him. He's got enough of a stable base with these feet that they used. So that's pretty cool. The playability is pretty good there. For kids that are a little bit rough on their action figures, this can come apart in some ways. Like this piece right here, the whole blaster can come out, or just a part of it can come off, because it is still fundamentally a Lego set, so it's designed to go together and to come apart. Now back here, you may have been kind of wondering what's going on with this. It's sort of trying to simulate coat tails, with his weird outfit that he wears. But you can kind of, these things will move also. You can use them to do other things, like bring them up and actually hit one of his enemies with them. Kind of use it as a spike sort of weapon. These flaps up here can be moved around in different ways. You can orient them in different ways and do different things. Maybe pretend that they can kind of be used as an emergency, quick little parachute sort of thing to just slow him down when he's jumping off of a building to make a quick escape or something like that. So a lot of things that can be done for a kid to, like I said, really use imagination to its fullest. Now, speaking of doing different things, I want to show you the box again, because this is very interesting. The front of the box shows how the character is built according to the instructions, right? This is the same thing. This is the way it was intended to be built originally. But if you turn the box around, you can see that some things are done a little bit differently. You can see that he has purple up here instead of gunmetal color. It's got purple here. Interestingly, it does look like there's not the same number of parts included, not the same number of the same parts shown here. You've got 1, 2, 3 of these long straight purple pieces, while the actual set only has 2. But the general idea here is that if you use your imagination, if you get creative, you can start moving things around because things can be changed out. You don't want to have this this bright colored piece here. You can pop that off, pull the ball out of there. I can just take this armor piece like they showed there and put the ball back on this piece and start to just reconfigure it. You know, you don't have to make this the way it was intended to be. And that's really where things get really cool with anything that Lego makes, because, you know, they encourage creativity. Make it your own, you know. Do your own version of Joker. I mean, especially the Joker is such a varied character, and he has used so many different techniques of different ways of tricking people and different attacks and things, and it's easy to think of him being just you know, very resourceful and coming up with different forms of weapons and different things that will come out of him that you just won't expect. So when you get this character, definitely mess around with changing parts out. You can even, you know, make the legs look super short just for fun, to kind of make them even more comical. Like his legs got cut off, but then they started to grow back. So now he's a short little character like this. You know, there's just so many different things that you can do with this. And if you have Hero Factory characters also, or if you're interested in getting Hero Factory characters also, like this one right here is Evo from the Breakout series. This was released at the end of 2011, and you can immediately start to see that some of the parts are looking very similar, and indeed they can be interchanged. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull off a couple of the legs from that character and pull off these feet and give this guy full height again, and there we go. Now he's back up to his normal height, but now he has gray boots instead, and he can, you know, switch these things over. Everything can be changed out, so it's really cool the way that the system works out. As a character, it's not a great action figure. It doesn't have a lot of durability to it. You know, like I said, kids can easily pull things apart, but then that can also be a fun thing for just playing around. Is, you know, thinking about just you know, how they can be destroyed, how the villains can be torn apart or you know, put back together and stuff. It's just interesting, and it can get very fun for kids, I think. So definitely worth checking out this entire series, as I put this back together, of DC Universe superheroes. They're also going to be releasing some other ones from the Marvel series. Those will be coming out later. So that's that. This isn't exactly the way it's supposed to go together, but that's exactly why it is exactly the way it's supposed to go together, because it's supposed to be put together however the heck you want. So have fun with it. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see more reviews of the Lego action figure series, as well as MOCs, that's MOCs, or my own creations, custom creations that I've made, subscribe to Lego JANG on YouTube, and also follow my blogs. My main one is hero-factory.blogspot.com. Thanks a lot, and I hope to talk to you again soon.